So one of the core values here at LumAware is grit. And I think that is probably our most important core value. Being a former US Marine, being a firefighter, grit is absolutely essential to mission accomplishment. When I started this company out of the trunk of my car, I had no idea what was in store for us. I can tell you that it's been one of the most challenging, difficult processes and procedures I've ever had in my entire life. And if it wasn't for that foundation that I learned in the Marine Corps about mission accomplishment over troop welfare, and in the fire service we have a saying, you can't call 912 after you call 911. We have to solve the problem. And that's exactly what we brought through here to LumAware. And I'm proud to say, because of some of those early challenges that we had, there's literally nothing that can happen to us that we can't solve. We've got a tremendous team in our operations and our sales and our finance and our leadership to know that no matter what problems out there, through that grit that we learned, that I learned in the fire service and the Marine Corps, we're always going to solve our mission no matter what happens.
One of our core values, collaborative camaraderie. We are a company that is really built on the best ideas that we can come up with, and in order to get the best ideas, we need to get the best contribution we can get from each of our employees. That's critical to the product evolution that we strive for day in and day out. It's important for our folks to know that they can speak their mind if they have supporting evidence to promote an idea that can be heard. It doesn't matter tenure, it doesn't matter status, it matters that you have a really good idea and that you feel comfortable bringing that forward. We think that that also makes us a great partner with the folks that we work with around the country, so it really gives us an opportunity to contribute our best to our distribution partners, our manufacturing partners, and they know that we bring that collaborative camaraderie to the table, and that it's really, really important for us to be in relationships with folks who are willing to do that as well.
Positive discontent is one of our core values at LumAware, and we chose this value because it shows the struggle between positively moving the business forward and never being satisfied with where we're at, knowing we always can improve. We personify this value at LumAware by having very lively but never contentious discussions about performance. Another way of saying this is iron sharpens iron, and when we coach, encourage, challenge, and question one another, we all become better.
Another one of our core values is entrepreneurial speed. And when I think about entrepreneurship and speed, I think of artistry. Beethoven composed his symphonies when he was deaf. There was no music theory class Beethoven took to become Beethoven. And artistry, for me, is two things. One, it's the ability to notice things that other normal people don't notice. And the second is the ability to convince people and paint a picture or whatever, or a group of people, convince them to abandon their logic and chase something. So the example here at LumAware is, even this year when coronavirus hit the United States in March and the rest of the world, we made a decision to move into ClearGuard products, which are now expanding nationally, providing safety for schools and restaurants and bars and others. And that to me is a great example of entrepreneurial speed, where we had a vision, we chased after it, we didn't get caught up in bureaucracy or some of those other things that you'd find in another big co, and instead we convinced a group of like-minded people in this room, to abandon their logic and chase something and make a big bet.
One of our core values here at LumAware is celebrating touchdowns. Why this is so important to us here at LumAware is because truly all of us are working as hard as we can on a weekly, a daily basis, and sometimes you forget to stop and celebrate what you guys have done as an organization. I had the great fortune as a young kid, as my father worked with the NFL, Cincinnati Bengals, and so I was on the sideline most of my younger years, and I was able to see grown men who worked so hard during the week, practicing their craft, and then you see grown men as they get into the end zone, they're all celebrating as a team because they all know how much hard work and effort it took to get to that realization to score that touchdown. It's no different in a business setting. So here at LumAware, we really want to make sure that all of our employees know how important we are to one another and the hard work that we do on a weekly and a daily basis. We need to step back and celebrate those team wins, whether it's slapping hands, whether it's going out for a nice appetizer or a couple drinks afterwards. We really want to celebrate because, again, as a team, we all know the hard work and effort it took. So getting into the end zone is great. It makes you hungry and want more and more and more touchdowns. So as the years go on with LumAware and the growth that we're having with this exciting company, we truly look forward to celebrating more and more end zone touchdowns as we continue to grow this business.